300 square feet. That is smaller than most hotel rooms. Now watch what happens when you put $500,000 into it. Marble that costs more per slab than a used car. A kitchen with hidden appliances worth more than most people's down payment. And a bathroom that looks like it was airlifted out of a Manhattan penthouse. This is not a tiny home. This is proof that luxury was never really about square footage. And by the end of this tour, you are going to see the one design trick that makes 300 square feet feel bigger than most apartments. If you love seeing what real money looks like when it is spent with intention, hit subscribe and turn on notifications before we go inside, because this tour is about to get ridiculous. Why a tiny home even costs this much? Let's address the number first, because it stops people cold. $500,000 for 300 square feet sounds insane until you understand how tiny home pricing actually works. In 2026, luxury tiny homes with premium finishes routinely run $300 to $400 per square foot, and high-end custom builds can push past $500. That is because a tiny home still needs everything a 5,000 square foot mansion needs. Full kitchen, full bathroom, complete HVAC system, smart home network. All of those fixed costs do not shrink just because the walls got closer together. They get compressed into a smaller footprint. And when you choose top-tier materials for every single one of those systems, the price per square foot climbs fast. This home is the extreme end of that equation. And today we are walking through exactly where that money went. The exterior that does not look tiny at all. From the outside, this home already breaks the tiny house stereotype. No corrugated metal, no trailer hitch in sight. Floor-to-ceiling black framed glass wraps the front facade, matched with vertical cedar siding that has been charred using a Japanese technique called sugi, a finish typically reserved for high-end architecture, not compact homes. A cantilevered steel awning floats over the entry, throwing a clean shadow line across the door. Even the exterior lighting is architectural, recessed strips instead of standard fixtures, designed to wash the cedar in warm light after dark. Our designer makes the point early, and it sets the tone for the entire tour. Nothing on this build was chosen because it was small enough to fit. Everything was chosen because it was good enough to belong in a penthouse, and then made to fit. Stepping inside the main living space. Open the door and the ceiling immediately does the heavy lifting. Vaulted up past 12 feet at the peak, the space reads taller than it is wide, which is the first trick behind why this home does not feel like 300 square feet. Wide plank white oak flooring runs the entire length of the home in one continuous direction. No transitions, no breaks, which visually stretches the space further than the tape measure would suggest. A sectional sofa upholstered in Italian leather anchors the living area, sized precisely to the room rather than pulled from a standard showroom lineup, because in a space this tight, furniture has to be built to the inch. Floor-to-ceiling windows along the entire back wall blur the line between inside and outside completely. And our designer points to this as the second trick behind the illusion of space. When the eye can see straight through to the landscape beyond the glass, the brain stops counting the walls in front of it. The kitchen that hides its price tag. This is where the $500,000 figure starts making sense. The kitchen runs along one full wall, but almost nothing about it looks like a kitchen at first glance. Cabinetry in a matte bone white conceals the refrigerator, the dishwasher, and even the range hood completely. A design approach called integrated appliances that has become one of the defining features of luxury small space design in 2026. Nothing interrupts the clean line of the cabinetry. No visible stainless steel. No handles breaking the surface. The countertop is a single slab of Calacatta marble, book-matched so the veining lines up perfectly across the seam. A detail that alone can run into 5 figures for a slab this size. A hidden induction cooktop sits flush into the marble, invisible until it powers on. Behind a pocket door, a butler's pantry the size of a closet holds a second sink, a wine fridge, and additional storage, meaning the main kitchen never has to show a single dirty dish to a guest standing 3 feet away. In 300 square feet, that hidden pantry might be the single smartest square footage decision in the entire home. The sleeping loft designed like a suite. A steel and oak staircase, floating rather than boxed in to avoid blocking light, leads up to the sleeping loft. This is not a mattress shoved under a low ceiling. The loft was engineered with enough headroom to stand fully upright at its highest point, something many tiny homes sacrifice entirely. A king-size bed frame was custom-built to fit the exact dimensions of the space, upholstered in the same leather family as the sofa below to keep the material palette consistent throughout the home. Linen drapery can be drawn across the open side of the loft for privacy, replacing a wall entirely, which our designer notes is intentional. A solid wall up there would have made the ceiling feel lower. Fabric lets light and air move through while still creating separation when it is needed. The bathroom that looks airlifted from a penthouse. If one room proves this is a $500,000 build, it is this one. The bathroom is fully clad in large format porcelain tile that mimics natural stone, chosen specifically because oversized tile with minimal grout lines makes a small room read larger immediately. A curbless walk-in shower with a frameless glass panel keeps sight lines open across the entire room instead of chopping the space with a shower door. Brushed brass fixtures run throughout, and a floating vanity with a vessel sink leaves the floor visible beneath it. Another small trick that adds visual square footage without adding a single physical inch. Underfloor heating runs beneath the tile, a detail most homeowners consider a luxury upgrade even in full-size houses, let alone a 300 square foot build. The technology running quietly in the background. None of it is visible on the tour, and that is exactly the point. A full smart home system controls lighting, climate, and security from a single app. The kind of integration our designer says is quickly becoming standard rather than optional in 2026 builds regardless of size. Motorized shades lower automatically at sunset. The HVAC system was selected specifically for its compact footprint so it could be tucked into a utility closet the size of a coat closet without sacrificing performance. Even the home's structural insulation was upgraded well beyond code. Not because the home needed to meet a minimum, but because in a footprint this small, energy efficiency directly affects comfort in every single room at once. The design trick that makes it all work. And here is the detail we promised at the beginning. Every single material in this home, the flooring, the cabinetry, the marble, the leather, stays within one tight, warm, neutral palette from the front door to the back window. No jarring color changes. No busy patterns competing for attention. Our designer explains that in a large home, variety creates interest. In a tiny home, variety creates chaos, because the eye has nowhere to rest. By keeping every material in the same tonal family, the entire 300 square feet reads as one continuous, calm space instead of a cramped one. That single decision, more than any marble slab or hidden appliance, is the real reason this home feels like a penthouse instead of a box. That is the full walkthrough, $500,000 proving that luxury was never about how much space you have. It is about what you do with the space you were given. If you want more tours like this one, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we are stepping inside a different high-end home every single week. Tell us in the comments if you could actually live in 300 square feet like this. See you in the next one.